Hello everyone and welcome to the Mindset Model Podcast, the house of good vibes and unicorn energy. I am your number one hype girl cheering you through the game of life. On this podcast, I am here to help you unleash your best self, to bring your dreams to life using the art of mindset and manifestation. Let's create magic. Well, hello everyone and welcome back to the Mindset Model Podcast. In today's episode, we are talking all about fear. Oh yes, fear. And the 6 ways it shows up in our life. When we're trying to grow and reach our goals, fear is there coming to get us. So this podcast is actually inspired by an amazing book that I'm reading at the moment, and it's called Be Seen by Jen Gottlieb. Give it a go, give it a read. I definitely recommend it. And I'm reading this book because my message from the universe this year is to be seen, to stop hiding away, which is what I've been doing over the last however many years, but this year I am ready. I have got some mega goals this year, and I know you, my beautiful listeners, also have some pretty epic goals as well. So I want to make sure that we are not stopping ourselves from achieving our goals, desires, and visions because of fear. Now, first of all, I'm going to start this podcast with a little bit of a story, because we do love story time, don't we? Just sharing how fear has shown up in my life and what I've done about it. So recently I have been experiencing lots of fear because I have been pushing myself out of my comfort zone. But I have noticed on reflection, which is why journaling is so damn good, I have noticed that every year for the past 15 years, may even be longer than that, who bloody knows, I go into this kind of cycle, this pattern. So I go to follow my dreams, and then the fear kicks in, and then I stop going for my dreams, and then I pretend that I want to do something else, something sensible. I do the sensible thing, and then I'm like, actually, this really is not fulfilling my soul. And then I go back to pursuing my dreams again, and then I'm like, oh no, actually that's too scary, let's not do that, let's stay in the sensible lane, and on and on and on. So it's an endless cycle. I mean, since I was 19, like, I just knew in my soul that I wanted to be on camera, on stage. I knew that I loved acting, presenting, modeling, creating content and things like that. And before smartphones and social media was even a thing, and even creating content was a thing. Back in the day, the word or concept of creating content wasn't even a thing. For Christmas, when I was about 16, my parents got me the best gift ever. It was a camcorder, one of those ones that you hold in your hand and then the little video thing flips open and all of those things. And I just loved it. So what I would do, like every single day, just go around recording random shit, documenting life, and I just loved it. It was so much fun. And, there was no purpose whatsoever to what I was creating. I just had to do it. There was no recording the footage and then posting it on Instagram or Facebook. There was no editing or filters. There was no need to get followers and likes and algorithms and all that jargon that we get nowadays. It was literally just something I loved doing, and I didn't realize at the time, but that was my higher self guiding me towards my purpose. So then I went to 6th form, and that's when I had to be sensible and realistic, and I was studying chemistry and biology so I could go to university and have a sensible profession. Of course, I did have a little bit of a compromise in there as well. So I did fine art just so that I could feed into my creativity and not die from this overload of maths and science and all that lot. So I was just going with what I was being told. I didn't challenge it. I just went with what's expected and soon gave up on my hobby of recording random things with my camcorder. I gave up on dreaming and getting excited about what I could document. And then I just went into the, normal, dull, mundane adult life. Can we all relate to this? So every year since I was 19, an opportunity has come up for me to pursue my dreams. A little opportunity would just pop up and be like, hey, remember me, your big dream that you had? So it would have been something like an agency approached me, or it would have been like a modelling job or opportunity in the media. And I was just so full of fear. And most of the time I did turn down these opportunities because I wanted to stick with what everyone else was doing, and nobody else at the time was doing those sorts of things that I knew. I had to be like everyone else, but I did know that there was a really small part of me that one day I would break free from this cycle. But first, I had a lot to learn, and that's what life is about. It's about learning, growing, and evolving. So what I'm going to do now is go into the sort of 6 ways that fear shows up for you. And then I shall finish my wonderful story with a happy ending. So there are 6 key symptoms of fear. And they can show up in ways that you do not even realise this is actually fear holding you back. So the first one is good old FOMO. Oh yes, fear of missing out. So when you see people doing the things that you want to do and you get that little bit of a sort of like bitter, that bit of jealousy sort of pops up, doesn't it? And you think, oh, that bitch, look at her with her fancy new business and her stupid new car and all of her free time, and she's off drinking coffee and having champagne, whatever. And then you're like, oh, that should be me. Why is that not me? You know what I'm talking about. We're all guilty of that envy. So it's first of all recognizing the FOMO and asking yourself these questions. What is this symptom of fear trying to show me? What about this opportunity I'm missing out on is something that I want for myself? Now, how do I get there? So this is how you turn the FOMO or the fear into a plan. So your subconscious mind will start thinking of ways of how we can start to plan to get to where we want to be. So the next one is comparatinitis, which is actually a full-on word in the dictionary now. I did not know this, but there we go. So this is when we are watching other people and the shoulds start saying, hello, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, the should party. So you're scrolling through social media, reading a magazine, or I don't know, watching the TV, and these ideas start popping into your head. Oh, I should dress more like her. I should run my business like that. I should have my body like that. I should go to the gym more. I should decorate my house like that. And then the next thing you know, you're starting to feel really bad about yourself, like you are not good enough and you're failing at life. Then you get really, really demotivated, and then you stop taking action on the things that you want, and you are literally just stuck. So key advice here, if this sounds like you, remember, you are on your own path and journey. Do not compare your day 1 to someone else's day 500. Everyone has to start somewhere. All the people you admire that you look up to actually started at 0. And there is an obsession in the industry that I work in. What are the competitors doing? Quick, we need to beat our competitors. And it's one of the most toxic energies, and it drives me bloody mad. When you're trying to beat your competitors, it comes from a place of lack, limitation, and not being good enough. And people try to convince themselves They're trying to be competitive because they want to be the best. When actually, I'm really sorry to say, this is actually a symptom of fear and not being good enough. And, Bob Proctor, who's one of my mentors, he didn't even recognize any of his competitors, didn't even have a clue. He just focused on what he was doing because he loved what he was doing. He had no idea what other people were doing in the industry. He was just busy being Bob. Why would you try to be like somebody else? You are amazing as you are. Why would you try and be like someone else when there is just one of you? There is just one of you, and there's like 8 billion people on the planet, but just one of you. That's amazing. No one else can do what you can do. You are a unique human. So next of all, we have got analysis paralysis. I see this so much when people are over analysing things. They cannot make a decision, asking for everyone's opinion. Tasks that could take you an hour take you months because you're being so indecisive. What if I make a wrong decision? Then the overwhelm comes in and you just give up on what you're doing. This is a symptom of fear. Fear does not want you to take action in case you make a wrong decision and die, which is very unlikely. And, our conscious mind is very reason and rational. It knows this isn't true. Now, the best piece of advice I can give you is there is actually no such thing as a wrong decision. It is all about your perspective. Even if you royally fuck up and the decision you made will lead you to something that wasn't what you wanted, but you needed to learn a lesson, okay? There was something that the reason why you made this decision, it is actually going to make you stronger and grow as a person. A great thing to do here is to think back to when you made a decision that didn't turn out well and you were like, oh my God, what did I do? Why did I decide to do that? Can you reframe this? So that was actually the best decision I made, because if I didn't make that decision, if this didn't happen, blank, then I wouldn't have had blank. This wouldn't have happened. Do you see what I mean here? It has changed. At the time, it feels like, oh my God, what have I actually done? But something really good would have come from that decision and it would have steered your path towards something even better. So failure is actually one of the greatest gifts, believe it or not, but only if we choose to learn from them. So the next thing is perfectionism. So for all of you beautiful perfectionists out there, just so you know, nothing will ever be perfect, and that is okay. I know that's a lot to process, but honestly, it is okay. The world is not going to blow up because the filter you used on your latest post doesn't look right and the wording that you used isn't as catchy as you hoped. It's a really terrible example, but just to, give you an idea. Perfectionism is just another tactic to stop you moving forward. It's a trick. You can really see a pattern here from all of these different symptoms of fear. They are all trying to stop you to grow and be your best self. And with the perfectionism topic, you are actually much more relatable when you embrace your imperfections and you just be the real you. Life is meant to be a little bit messy, a little bit chaotic. Allow yourself to begin. Even if it's not perfect, just start, because the more you do it, the better you will get. So we've just got two more. We've got imposter syndrome. Now, this is a massive one for me. I get this all the time, and actually 70% of people have experienced imposter syndrome at least once in their life. That fear, a little tinker, isn't it? You know, when you feel like you are, say you're doing something and you feel like you're a fraud, you shouldn't be there. You feel like you're not good enough doing whatever you're doing. This is another symptom of fear, and it's again, it's all about stopping you from leaning in to living your best life. Now, one of the tools that I love from this book that I'm reading is to create your badass list, because we are all badasses, but we forget how amazing we are and all the brilliant things that we've done. So what you need to do is write down a list of things that you've achieved in your life that you're really proud of. And when you read this list back to yourself, pretend that you're reading it about somebody else. It's like, say, for example, somebody you look up to, they've got it on paper, you're reading it out. Read it out loud. As you're reading it, you will be blown away by how amazing these points are. And then you actually realise, oh, okay, I am actually a badass. So you can read this list out whenever that imposter syndrome starts to, kick in. Read the badass list and just remember how amazing you actually are. And then the final one is the disease to please. Now, this can show up when we are trying to be really, really humble and we actually downplay our achievements to make other people feel comfortable. Has this ever happened to you? I didn't realise, but I have done this so much. This is a form of fear. And it's also called people pleasing. So we do everything to make other people feel happy. So again, it's fear disguising itself so it can stop you, keep you from growing and achieving to your true potential. We are told when we're younger that we need people to like us. So we keep ourselves small so other people don't get envious or jealous of us. We dim our light because if we shine bright or take off the mask and show who we really are, step into our potential, we feel vulnerable and then maybe people will judge us. So remember this, okay? Playing small does not serve the world. You must shine your light bright because then it helps others and empowers others to shine their light too. Can you imagine if everyone on the planet did this? Pure magic would happen. So now I bet you're thinking about different times where you've experienced these symptoms of fear and how they've stopped you from growing. And that is okay, my friend. Most of us experience the fear every damn day. But what are you going to do about it? You have a choice to stay stuck in the fear, or you can choose to accept and surrender to the fear and take action. Now, I have recognized all the symptoms of fear and I have started to take action. I know it's only taken me, 15 years? This endless cycle. I've had enough now. But me and fear, we're besties now and we're just going for it. We are smashing it in. So as I said, I've spent the last however many years in this fear, but I am now working on myself and I have done for the last couple of years. And I am now shining my light the brightest it's ever shone. And I know I have people watching me in the background. Some of them are so inspired and excited and they're like, hell yeah, I'm going to shine my light. But we also have people, I know that I have in the background thinking that I'm an absolute idiot. Who does she think she is? And I know that I am triggering people left, right and centre because I am speaking to their fear, that FOMO, that imposter syndrome within them. And, they will then realise eventually, whenever it is, actually, I am in fear and I want what she's got and I'm going to bloody go for it. So I am shining my light bright for you. Yes, you listening right now, because I believe in you. The action steps that I am taking to help me get to my goals and my visions are they are completely out of my comfort zone, but I'm going for it. So I'm doing things like getting acting lessons. Really, really scary. Like, who do I even think I am? Is anyone going to take me seriously? Why would I even bother getting acting lessons? These were the fears that were coming up for me. I smashed through them. I've had my first couple of acting lessons and I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed. I am, off the back of that, doing amazing acting roles. Oh my gosh, I can't even put into words. Modelling jobs are coming up, and, I continue to share my content and my story every day, just like when I was 16 with my camcorder documenting life. I'm also writing a book, something I've wanted to do for years. All of these things are scary. All of these things that I'm doing are not perfect. I have no idea what I'm doing most of the time. But one thing I am sure of is I am living my absolute purpose. I'm having so much fun. My soul feels full when I'm on that film set, when I'm in front of that camera. So, what action steps are you going to take which is going to get you closer and closer to your visions, your goals and your desires? Even if it's just something small, every day, just do something and you will be absolutely amazed how life starts to transform for you. I hope you enjoyed this episode and I will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have the best day.